Okay, here we are. Polite Talk Podcast, episode 35, baby. We need a freaking new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. Am I right or am I right? Listen, for me personally, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is by far the best freaking spin-off titles of Pokemon. Like, hands down. If it's not that, what is it? Hey, you Pikachu? Huh? What? What? Pokemon Cafe Remix? Hmm? The freaking toy Pokemon games? Made a ton of those. Nah, let's be real, dude. The best spin-off games for Pokemon are the Mystery Dungeon games. Those games are fantastic. Fantastic. Now, let's be 100,000% real and say, and be honest, that the DS versions of literally the first ones, the DS versions of the Mystery Dungeon games were by far the best. Like, by far. The graphics, amazingly, charmingly beautiful and gorgeous. The sprites were absolutely gorgeous. The story. Oh my goodness, bro. The freaking story, dude. Just absolutely amazing. Now, Blue Rescue Team and Red Rescue Team, honestly, they were fantastic games. Absolutely fantastic games. The story was good enough. It was great. I remember there being a manga for that story. And I read it, and it was pretty good. I actually very much enjoyed it. Or at least, like, one bit of the manga or chapter or whatever. But it was pretty good. I liked it. And after that game was great. The freaking the next one after that with Gen 4, like the time and I forgot, Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness or something like that. Those were okay, but really Explorers of the Sky, that one was absolutely just the best one. Like, for sure the best one. I mean, you had Gen 4 involved as well. The story is a masterpiece. I mean, that story, bro, is a freaking masterpiece. The characters, the Pokemon, literally the Pokemon, but the Pokemon were all fantastic. The actual characters were fantastic. Freaking Bidoof, though, was awesome. Bidoof was dope. And just literally all the Pokemon involved in the story were just freaking awesome. And the sprites and the graphics, so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Yeah, those games were amazing, bro. Absolutely amazing. Now, what happened after that? We jumped into 3D. And I believe the game after that happened to be the XD Infinity Gate or something like that. Some sort of weird... I forgot what it was called. But basically, that one kind of sucked. There was only, like... There's not that much Pokemon in the actual game. Yeah, it was a very limited pool of Pokemon. The story was it just kind of felt like it was rushed. The starter Pokemon you could choose was a very limited pool as well. It was like sort of thing, It was like sort of game. But after that, Super Mystery Dungeon came out. And that one also involved megas. And I thought that one was fantastic. That one was really fun. It was way better than the Infinity Gate one or whatever. Um, but yeah, this one, the Super Mystery Dungeon, was the last game we got. At least here in the West, by the way, because I know there were some other ones for the Wii, that came out, but we never got those basically. But yeah, Super Mystery Dungeon was the last one officially we got, and it was for the 3DS, and that one had up to was it Gen 6, I believe? I think it had up to Gen 6. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure it had up to Gen 6. Yes, it did, because Esper was one of the main characters. That's right. So yeah, it was Super Mystery Dungeon went up to Gen 6. Okay, the point of the video is we haven't had a Mystery Dungeon game after that. Where's the Gen 7 Mystery Dungeon game? Where's the Gen 8 Mystery Dungeon game? They've already announced Gen 9. Now, I know they remade the original Mystery Dungeon game for the Switch, and that one's decent. Honestly, I didn't play it all the way through because, first of all, the art style is very different. I don't necessarily love it that much. I mean, it's good. It's kind of like it's like an interesting way of doing it, like an interesting remake sort of thing with like the graphics. But the other thing is like they made it way too easy. Like the Pokemon up front already know like hella good moves, and like leveling up is easier. I don't know. It just seems to be a little bit easier, which I understand the reasoning behind why they would do that, but still, for me personally, I don't know. I think a big thing too. It's like I really miss the sprites, dude. The sprites were so gorgeous. I know Pokemon barely likes to like re-release their old games, and they'd rather like do remakes. But man, the original ones were so much better. If they do a remake of Explorers of the Sky, I probably will play that one for sure, because that story absolutely definitely was my favorite, and especially because Gen 4 is probably, it's got some of my favorite Pokemon, from Gen 1 up to Gen 4, and so I'd be okay with that. So yeah. But dude, we need a new freaking Mystery Dungeon game, bro. Those games were so much flippin' fun. I absolutely love the idea, the concept, the game mechanics, that the roguelike, style of the game. I know that I feel like there's not enough of those roguelike RPG games. There's just not enough of them. Like I remember that Etrian Odyssey or something came out with their own version of that like several years ago, and I actually really enjoyed it. But that I want to see more games do that style of like game, and Pokemon does a fantastic freaking job at it. I know there's some Dragon Quest ones that I've never played, like Torneko for like super freaking old. I think it's for the SNES, and then or Super Famicom, I guess. And then there was one for Yangus on, I think, GameCube, but again, I didn't play that one either. But again, I mean, I want to see more of those games, and Pokemon has a really good like potential of making it good. The story for like the Super Mystery Dungeon game wasn't as good as the first two, but it was still decent enough that it was entertaining to like go through. And yeah, I mean, just the concept of all the Pokemon you could get was freaking amazing. But yeah, I definitely would love to see another one of those games. And honestly, I would not be like opposed to them doing like a freaking like two different versions again, like they did with all of them except for Super Mystery Dungeon. And Infinity Gate as well. But and then the like there's like 400 or 500 Pokemon in one version and 400 or 500 in the other version, and then you could trade between each version to get the Pokemon in the other games, but originally you can't find them, you know, in one game. I don't know. I think that'd be a cool concept as well. That kind of makes people have to like trade or whatever. So I don't know. That's just an idea. But dude, I'm telling you, I want another Mystery Dungeon game. Like I said, those games they're definitely my favorite Pokemon spin-off games, and they have I have spent so many damn hours playing those games. Like it's ridiculous how many hours I played those games. Like so many times, and I've restarted them and played them again, and just dude, they're so good, and I absolutely love them. I will say the first two versions were kind of annoying with the personality test. How it was so strict that like you had to be the Pokemon that the personality told you it was. And then I like how like the newer games was like, "Oh, this is who the type of person you are. Do you agree or do you not agree?" Okay, so who are you? And you can you literally can just choose who you are. Like you don't have to listen to the quiz, right? Um, but yeah, dude, I absolutely enjoyed those games so much, and I played so many hours of those games, dude, like an obscene amount in my teenage years. And again, I would absolutely love to do it again with a new version. And hey, I mean, dude, I don't mind if it's sprites. Sprites are gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. Like I really don't care. I don't even care if they like just remastered the DS games. I'm down. I am freaking down, sort of thing. So I don't know. I hope we get one soon. I hope one gets announced because that franchise again, that spinoff for me is definitely my favorite for Pokemon. Like by far my favorite. And again, that style of game is probably one of my favorite RPG styles or RPG, genres. It in general, that's probably one of my favorites. So anyway, so yeah, so that's basically it for my little rant slash idea slash what I wanted to talk about in terms of I just want a new Mystery Dungeon game so bad. Um, but yeah, so I guess we can just move on to what I'm freaking playing and watching, guys. So first things first, obviously we got Dragon Quest Die. Guys, if you did not know, I have a freaking channel on YouTube and a Patreon called Dragon Quest Papi, where I cover all things Dragon Quest. Right now, I'm all about the manga of Dragon Quest Die. I'm watching the anime. I'm reviewing the episodes on Patreon. I'm reacting to them. Um, so if you are interested at all in Dragon Quest Die or anything Dragon Quest, go check me out on that channel. Dragon Quest Papi is what it's called. All right. Yeah. And besides that, I'm obviously still into One Piece. I absolutely, positively love One Piece. Like, so damn god, dude. I actually, now thinking about it, I have not watched this week's episode. I still haven't watched the new episode. Wow. Now I feel kind of dumb. I probably should have done that before coming on to this podcast episode. Whatever. I need to watch it. But I love One Piece. I'm watching it every single week, basically. Sometimes I miss a day or two, whatever. Besides that, Spy Family is the other anime I'm watching consistently every week. And then I think that's basically it in terms of anime. In terms of movies and stuff, nothing new. Games, it's basically the same as well. I'm playing a crap ton of Breath of the Wild, like a stupid amount of Breath of the Wild, and Pokemon Go. That's just that's my shtick right now. It's Pokemon Go, Breath of the Wild. Oh, I might have talked about this last week, but Switch Sports. I'm very much enjoying Switch Sports. I'm actually really liking, like, it's actually decently competitive, you know, and very entertaining. And I just like the progression aspect of the online stuff, and playing with different people, and you could tell people are good. Playing with people online is actually fun because it's actually competitive, and you're ranking up, you're getting points, you're unlocking new items, blah blah blah. So it's pretty fun. I actually enjoy it. And by far, my favorite sport is volleyball. By far, it's so much fun to play. Um, so yeah, so there's that, and yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've missed that I'm playing or watching or doing, and honestly, I don't think there is. Yeah, I don't think there is. So yeah, this episode was kind of just short and sweet. It's one of my quicker episodes, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think. And thank you if you're watching on YouTube. Hopefully you can subscribe and like the video. And if you're listening to me on whatever podcast service you're listening to me on, if it's Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, whatever it is, thank you very much for listening to me on there. And also subscribe and follow. But yeah, that's basically it. So we'll see you guys next time. This is Poppy. This is Polite Talk Podcast. And we'll see you next time. Peace!